I decided to go ahead and do a tutorial on straightening out the UV maps. I originally made like a box where just I used the default cube and it didn't turn out well, so I thought, hey, why don't I just kind of kill two birds with one stone, do a tutorial on straightening out the UVs for one of these posts. Because I went ahead and did it here, and I'm like, wow, this is going to be kind of easier. A little bit of information on that, and a little bit of information on setting up on my nodes here, and also getting good or normal map. 7. I don't know why it does that. It'll switch right out of orthographic view. I don't like that very much. I gotta figure out how to change that. Alright, so there's how they're a little scattered. Alright, so what I'm gonna first do here for this particular one is get them all running along this way. I'm gonna grab all these, rotate 90 degrees, and then I'll do island select and grab that, move it over here. That's an edge one. And this makes it kind of easy because that's all one island. So that one's right there. Alright, let's see if we can figure out which edge is to do that. Get the right edge to make sure this one matches up, because obviously this one here is for this one right there, that second one. You see it moving right over here? Yeah, that one's obviously for that one there. So we want to grab this one and make sure we get the right side. It's not. So what we have to do is get this whole island, and we will rotate it by 180 degrees so it completely flips around. And then I wasn't paying attention, so to double check, and yep. So click on the snapping, turn on this island, wow, grab, hit that like that. Okay, I'm gonna have to show you guys something else too, and we'll grab that. Bam. Usually it snaps right to it. Bam. That's all snapped. I'm gonna hit that, go to UVs, there's our select, align, no. Weld and align. See, this is X and that's Y. So we want to align those vertices on the Y. No, we don't want to. That's get my X's and Y's confused. But we want to align it on the X, so that way they're both the same at the X on the same spot. So then we want to grab one more time, move it into that spot, and we'll hit that one. We'll do the same thing with this. Okay, so we can hit W. Alright, there's a shortcut key for it. And go ahead and do that to all of these. W, X, and A, C. Just to make sure we get them all right. W, X. They're all lined up. Now if we go over here, it's all one island, so it can be moved around. And then we hit this, grab, move it up to that. See, it's one island, but we want this to be flush with that right there because this is all one square thing. On more complicated UVs, that might be cool to have it stretched out in different ways, but this isn't a very complicated one. Alright, so now, just like we did before, hit this, hit that, turn that off because we're scaling it. That's probably too much. Grab. One up there. This one. We'll grab that along the Y. Yeah, I just learned a new trick to increase my workflow. Really. And grab along the X. Move this pretty close. And now. Oh yeah. Alright, so we got that done. That's pretty much how you do it. I'll go through and straighten this out. You guys just watch me straighten that over there, and that's not necessary to it. But just to kind of show you guys how the sampling works and how I got the UV thing set up, we're going to move on to the compositor or node editor. And on the other video that I made, this is an update to it, this part here. All this is a little too complicated. I'm going to end up redoing all this, but it made the walls look real nice. But I think the wood turned out looking a lot nicer than the walls did. There it is. Alright. So, the first thing that I did whenever I was messing around with doing the wood was I went into... Oh yeah, I made 2 of these so I didn't have to keep reopening it just in case. But went in here, make this one invisible where we can't see it. I went into colors and I did the desaturate process by luminosity first and adjusted the brightness and contrast. And this really helped bring out that good roughness, and you see like little grooves right in here. That really helped bring that out whenever I did it this way. So maybe you know, I'm going to do a little bit of experimenting while you guys are here too. So I'm going to make 2 of these. Ow. Shut that eye off, turn that one on. We'll do one that's lighter and one that's brighter, a little bit darker. Tools, colors. I wish my cheap video editor had a time lapse on it so that way I could just skip all this and not have to think of things to say. And I do stupid things like that. Make this one not so. Make it one more like that, so that way it just does just the tiles. Okay, and then I'll do this one first. Go into filters, map, normal map, and I wish I could do the 3D preview. This looks like let's create a normal map. That's what that one looks like. Alright, let's do this one. Hide that. Turn that one on. We'll do the same thing here. Filters, map, normal map. And we'll just hit OK. I'll leave the settings the same. You know what? Something tells you this might work better. I don't know, we'll find out. So the first thing I did was Shift D that. Put that right there. There's a little bit more. No, we didn't do that right. And add a vector. Nope. Wrong button. I'm going to have to check that out later. X that. hit the X button, deletes them. So add vector normal map, and then we're going to open a new one here. Hit this button. Look for marble tiling. And there it is. And that up. Color to the color. And normal to normal. Look at that. Such detail in there. I can't wait till this project's done and I get to render all this hard work into a final image. So there you have it. I'm going to have to do some adjusting and tweaking